Hi, welcome to Shine Health. I'm so excited to talk to you today about a new topic called culinary medicine. It's a really important topic because I think so much of the time we feel like if food is going to be delicious, it can't be healthy. And if it's nourishing, is it going to be satisfying? So, with knowing the fact that 80% of all disease is preventable or at least helped through better lifestyle, don't you think it's an important place to start with food as medicine? Today, we're going to be talking about doing the dessert flip, and I'm going to show you how to make a really good dessert called no bake apple crumble. We're actually going to make it right now together. Okay, we're gonna get started with our dessert flip, no bake apple crumble. So I've got 4 apples. These are Honeycrisp apples, and I boiled about a 1/4 cup of water here. So I'm just putting these apples that I've cut into small to medium size little pieces. That's from 3 of the apples, and now I'm gonna cut the 4th one with you. So I wanna get these going. I've got my water boiling just a little bit, just a light boil, and we're gonna put our apples in there and just cook them down ever so slightly. We've also got in our other pan, I have got this heating up, and it looks like it's getting a little bit hot, so let me go ahead and turn it down. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of a plant-based butter, which I like to use Earth Balance organic butter. It's made from coconut oil. So I'm gonna put that 2 tablespoons into both my pan that I'm heating up there and my dish that's got the apples in it. I'm just gonna give those a little stir, and we're gonna go ahead and just let those kind of shrink down just a little bit. We're gonna soften the apples up, and then in here we're gonna be making our crumble mixture. So I'm just cutting up my apple in really small size pieces. You can make these into slices. You can really make them however you like. I definitely recommend leaving the peel on your apple when you cut it because there's a lot of really important fiber in there and phytonutrients. And you can use whatever apple you like. I do recommend getting organic apples if you can because they're going to be higher in nutrients, and I think they taste better too. So I feel like the best fast food to have on hand is just a bag of organic apples. It is so great. I have a bag of organic apples in my car. I always have it in my fridge, and I feel like there's always an apple for everyone. If you don't like red apples, you might like green apples a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook down just for a minute, and now we're gonna get our topping going. So I've got my 2 tablespoons of butter. Now I'm gonna take 3/4 cup of old-fashioned oats, AKA rolled oats. Again, I like to use the organic. I like to use organic wherever I can. And then I'm putting a 1/4 cup also of chopped up walnuts. So you can use another kind of nut if you like. The walnuts are great because they are actually they're the nut that's the highest in omega-3. So I really like to use them. Make sure you're getting raw and unsalted with your nuts and seeds. And then I'm gonna put just a little bit of pink sea salt in there, just about 1/4 teaspoon. And I'm also gonna put just a little bit of pink sea salt in with my apples. Then I'm gonna take coconut sugar. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar into my topping mixture. And if you like to really not have any sugar at all, you can also use monk fruit in the same, and I'm putting 2 tablespoons also in here. So some other sweeteners that you can use. So remember, we're doing a dessert flip. That means we're making a dessert. So desserts are usually sweet. That's what people are going to expect, right? But we want to lower the sugar and we want to up the plants. So in this case, we're using apples with the peeling on there. We're also using some nice nuts in this, and I will tell you that this topping, if you gotta watch it because it will burn. So make sure that you're kind of stirring it, and once it gets nice and toasty, it's done. So we're just gonna let that sit for just a moment. I'm gonna watch it really carefully. And then we're also gonna put a half a teaspoon of cinnamon into our apples. And we're gonna put a half a teaspoon of vanilla. And this is actually a quarter teaspoon I'm looking at. So I need to put a little bit more cinnamon in there. And that's gonna give it just a really, really nice flavor. You can put a little sea salt in there if you'd like, or you can completely omit that. If you'd like to use a different kind of oil, you can use plain butter, you can use butter, or you can just use coconut oil as well. If you do use plain coconut oil, I would really suggest adding, or another kind of oil, I would suggest adding a little bit of salt, because that butter, even the plant butter, it is going to have a little salt in there, and that gives it some flavor. So let's see how our topping's going here. It's looking really good. And this is just such a quick dessert. I'm telling you, it's so fast. You can whip it up just so fast. That's another reason to have those great apples on hand. I'm gonna bump the temperature of this one up just a little bit because I want it to get nice and toasty. And while I do that, I'm gonna talk to you about the fiber that we're going to get in here. So part of the benefits of having the rolled oats, the old-fashioned oats in there, is that that's giving us a lot of fiber. And fiber is so important for our gut chemistry. So a lot of our immune system actually comes out of our gut. And so we really need to feed that good gut bacteria, and what it eats is fiber. So we're not only getting fiber from the apples and from the peels of the apples, but we're also getting it from the walnuts and from the oats. Now that our apples have cooked for about 5 minutes and our topping is nice and toasty, we're ready to assemble our crumbles. So the way we can do that is this makes 4 servings. So as many apples as you want to use, that's how you would double this recipe. So I'm going to make these into 4 servings like this. Now another way you could do this is to make it into you could put it in like a baking dish and you could serve it like that. So if it was like a potluck type thing, you could serve it like that. You can also, like I said, easily double, triple this recipe very easily. And these apples, oh my gosh, it's made this beautiful, like gooey, almost like a syrupy type of thing just in 5 minutes. So there we've got our lovely apples. We're gonna just serve these out. I'm gonna show you how to serve them. And you just basically dividing the apple mixture into however many servings you have. So it's a really, what I like about this too is it's a really nice size serving. It's not like you're just having one bite of apple pie or something like that. That's so disappointing, and I feel like not sustainable either. So I'm wondering how you could think that you might be able to switch up some of your dessert recipes, especially some of your summer favorites, as you know, that time of year is coming where we have all the wonderful fruit that we get to get from farmers markets, and we want to use them and make these wonderful desserts. But I want you to make them so that they're very healthy as well. And so here is what the finished product looks like. It is a beautiful, beautiful apple crumble, and it's super healthy for you. Like I said, we're getting all kinds of phytonutrients in there with our apple and our walnuts, and then we're getting lots of fiber as well. And it's actually going to be really healing for us. So like I've said before in other videos, your body has the ability to make its own medicine. The way we turn that on is through our lifestyle. It's through the way we move our body, and it's through the way we eat, and strengthening that gut chemistry as well. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you'd like to get my 3-day meal plan that has the grocery list and the prep guide and everything, all the recipes, you can just go to my website at shinehealthllc.com and it'll take you right to it. There's an easy click and you can just get that downloaded right then and there and get started on some of these fun recipes.